Welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever on 2BACR 100.9 FM. So what are you afraid of? That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about weird fears, to be more specific.
Do you have any weird fears?
I don't know if this is a fear, but I have a couple. I really hate 5-cent coins.
Yep.
I hate them because they're small and they get sweaty.
I have a friend who hates them as well, but he's like, they should be banned. Nobody should be able to use them anymore. He's like, they're just awkward and small and gross. I'm like, okay.
They are gross. They're really gross because people hold them in the palm of their hand and then they're just really small and gross.
I hate it when money gets warm anyway, like any type of money.
Yeah, but it's better when it's bigger somehow. I don't know. It's just this tiny little thing in your
size
hand.
matters.
Coins.
Coins.
Size and
We're
temperature,
talking
apparently.
coins.
So let's talk about fears.
My other thing was other people's hair ties.
Yeah, like elastic band.
Wait, are you actually afraid of these things? Like, get that 5 cents away from me, and you can't.
This is why I say it's not really a fear. But if someone gave me their hair tie, it's just this disgusting little hair tie.
I assume somebody would give it to you if you asked for it, right?
Like, are you just a bunch of used hair elastics?
Are you just receiving unsolicited hair ties?
I have, because before I've been like, oh, I don't have my hair tie, and then someone's been like, oh, I've got a spare one, and I'm just like, oh, no, it's okay, and they're like, no, really, and I'm like, no.
It was bad at school when nobody had one. The teachers would go send you to the office to get an elastic band.
Oh, and it'd rip your hair.
Yeah, and I had really long hair. It wasn't good.
Yes.
Anyway.
I think my kind of secret fear that's sort of a fear, but kind of odd, but not crippling fear, is stairs. You know, stair anxiety? Where you get to a set of stairs and you're just worried about tripping up or down. Yeah.
Oh.
I trip a lot on the stairs, but I've never actually fallen down a flight of stairs, which is pretty good.
Dogs too. I've never been attacked by a dog. But it's going to happen.
Of dogs. It's okay. There was this one time I went to a friend's house, and she had quite a big, like a Labrador, big black Labrador. He's quite a cute dog. I thought.
Yes, very
Rachel
cute.
didn't know this, and when we walked in, the dog came running to the door, really happily, bounding.
The dog came in to kill me.
Rachel did.
Was really happy.
100% animation, jump into the air, and I caught her in 2 arms. It was the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
I think we have some footage of me jumping a cartoon character away from a dog at the Panania markets.
Yeah, we filmed a bit at the Panania markets, and Rachel, this dog barks behind Rachel. It's just a little bit of a freak out. So I think we can safely say Rachel's fear is dogs.
We'll try to get that clip up as well.
Mine, I think everybody knows, is spiders. I hate spiders.
Do you have any secret little fears that you're just things you're a little afraid of that's kind of a bit odd, that you know you shouldn't be afraid of, but...
I don't know. I don't like the ocean. That freaks me out. Actually, yeah, I do have
darn ocean.
This weird fear of being underwater. When it's really dark and that kind of you can't really see.
That's a rational fear, I think.
But even pictures. I remember at school we had to draw fish.
Yeah.
And I had this book, the teacher gave us, and it was this book of all these pictures of fish, and I just could not open it because I was freaked out by the pictures. I've gotten better now. I can kind of look at them now, but
yeah,
because of this just the entire blue thing, and there was nothing. It just kind of freaked me out. Pictures of space as well. When you get pictures of planets, the same thing. You just get this planet in the middle of this black. It freaks me out.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a weird fear.
I think no one can really identify with other people's fears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's crazy. Although some of them you kind of get. I get people being afraid of certain animals.
Well, yeah.
In general.
Spiders can kill you. That is my, that's me rationalising.
Yeah. I get the spiders
they look creepy too. Okay, so I've got a list of some of the stranger fears that are out there. So I'm going to read some. And I want you guys to guess what it's a fear of.
I don't think there's much point in that because the names of phobias are quite...
Well, I picked some that they sort of match. You could be able to figure it out. Okay.
All right.
So the first one. Acousticophobia.
Fear of guitars.
Just a fear of noise.
Oh.
So you both... Yeah, nobody gets
close. We had music and
we were under that umbrella.
The umbrella of sound.
Yes.
Well, it's a competition. You can't both get a point, so nobody gets a point.
Oh, it's a competition.
Why is everything a competition?
Everything becomes a competition with you, Rachel.
Rachel's has a fear of not competing.
Okay, next.
Someone
Is-
get a dog.
Aerophobia.
A fear
Spelled
of
AERO.
flying.
No.
Airplanes.
No.
Lack of oxygen?
Closer. It's a fear of.
suffocation?
It's a fear of drafts, air swallowing, or airborne noxious substances.
Oh, that's a weird one. Although I am I don't really like the idea of diseases or getting sick.
No one really likes the idea of that.
Yeah, but I'm paranoid. I think I get everything. There was a time where I almost had SARS. No, it wasn't really SARS. Karen said it was, but it wasn't.
Probably was.
It wasn't SARS.
I heard it enough times to start to think it was.
Aeronausophobia.
A fear of getting
Sickness?
sick in the air.
Sickness? Yeah.
Plain
Yep.
sick. Yeah.
2 points. 1 point each. I'll be honest, a lot of them do start with A. Androphobia.
Fear of robots.
Yeah, fear of electronics.
If you're thinking of Android,
Yeah.
what's the andro part of Android? Droid is the robot part. What's the andro?
I don't know. What is the answer?
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, it means like man. So androphobia is a fear of men.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have called it androphobia.
No.
What? The fear of women one is quite weird. I can't remember what it is, but it's not something that I would associate.
Ladyphobia?
Ladyphobia. I got
Next.
ladyphobia.
Femnobia.
Anthropophobia.
Fear of animals that have people.
That's anthropomorphism.
damn.
And no.
I was thinking of that too.
Anthropomorphisophobia.
Fear of animals that have human
Fear
traits.
of shifting.
No. Anthropophobia. Think of other words that start with anthro.
Fear of palms.
Anthropophobia.
I always used to think anthropology. Fear
Closer.
of people. Fear of dead
Close.
people. Fear of body parts.
What? No, then you lost it. It was fear of people and or society.
Well, I got fear of people.
Yeah, you're close.
You said fear of people.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give you that one. Ankylophobia.
Fear of ankles.
Almost.
Fear of ankle boots.
More
Fear
general.
of feet.
It's
Fear
more
of
general.
legs. Fear of bones.
Fear of limbs.
Sort of. Something specific to do with like bones and joints, though. Fear of something of a joint.
Arthritis.
Fear of arthritis.
Fear of breaking an ankle.
Are you getting closer? It's the fear of immobility of a joint.
Well, arthritis counts.
I love this competition.
It's not a good one.
How this one? Astrophobia.
Fear of space.
Maybe that's what
Very
I got. I got astrophobia. Fear of space.
That's one phobia you have, yeah.
That and arachnophobia.
What's the ocean one?
Asymmetrophobia.
Fear of acid.
Fear of metro things like trains.
I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
Asymmetrophobia.
Is that what you said?
Fear of
Yeah.
being asymmetrical. Not being asymmetrical.
Fear of asymmetry.
It didn't sound like that when you said it the
No, it
first
didn't.
time.
Okay, sorry. I'll spell them out from
Anyway,
now on.
Some other weird ones that I've
I-
heard of.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this one? Atmosophobia.
Fear of,
Atmosphere.
yeah.
No.
Atmospheric things.
Fear of
Clouds.
gas. I don't know.
Fear of atomic explosions.
I'd
I think
be
we can
very
agree that is a
interested.
perfectly grounded fear.
Anyway, yeah, some other weird ones that I've heard of are stuff like peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
Or that one is like fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is staring at you.
I think that is the greatest.
The greatest fear ever.
Yes.
It's like one person. What constitutes having a fear? Like, just one person has to say, "Look, I am specifically scared of this thing," and then they make up a name for it.
Well, apparently, anti-deophobia, which is that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you, is actually from a cartoon. It's from a Gary Larson cartoon.
Okay, so it's not a real
So it was
thing.
invented from that. But a lot of people,
okay.
like, we were watching ads earlier today for, what's it? Being in love with an object. What was the show called?
Oh yeah,
Animism.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, people are crazy. Just in general. So I don't think it's insane to believe that somewhere there is
People are
some...
afraid of
like,
marshmallows.
yeah. Because, I mean, according to these lists, you can be afraid of, like, anything. Some of them are probably pretty sound, like a fear of looking up. I think we all have that one.
Fear of looking up.
Some of them, I mean, they can be anxieties, but I don't know, like, to be actually called a fear, it's actually got to affect your daily, like, a phobia has to affect your daily life. It's got to be kind of crippling, right?
Well,
sorry,
unless it's like a fear
of
of fear itself. Sorry.
Well, I wouldn't say my fear of spiders is crippling, but if there is a spider in my house, I generally avoid the room that spider was in, and then wait until somebody gets home so they can kill it or remove it from the vicinity.
I like this one.
Gently remove it.
Yes, because they will come after you. They will. I've never killed a spider because they are watching me.
What do you think Melissa phobia is?
A fear of Melissa.
It's a fear of bees. But it really does sound like a fear of Melissas in general. Or maybe if it's like Melissa's phobia, it's like, no, I've got Melissa's phobia. I'm allowed to be not afraid of one.
All these Melissas out there. I'm like, what?
Why are they scared of Melissas?
There's also, an actual name for the fear of staying single, a fear of numbers, which could definitely impact
that
your
would
life
be
in a big
crippling
way.
if you're afraid of numbers. But how can a number hurt you? Like, I don't understand. Like, there's a fear of marshmallows. Marshmallows are the least threatening thing
Stay puffed
on the
Stay
planet.
puffed, Marshmallow Man.
Well, how can asymmetry hurt you? Like, oh my god, you're so asymmetrical. Somebody fix the desk, it's slightly slanted. There's also, like, an actual name for a fear of persons with amputations. Like, can you imagine somebody having an amputation and then somebody else in the shopping centre screams and runs the opposite direction?
Oh my god, you're an amputee.
A fear of ruin or ruins?
The fear of going outside is one of the more common ones that I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agoraphobia.
Yeah. And I've heard of someone being forced to attend court. They had to attend court, but they were agoraphobic. And they vomited in court.
Yeah. There's also, like, the opposite of that was claustrophobia. You don't want to say, well, that's a common
Or
one.
there is a fear of being alone or a fear of oneself.
That would be a
Autophobia.
terrible, terrible fear.
Isolophobia.
What would you do?
Alright. You'd definitely be in trouble. There's also, a fear of being dirty. This is one that you guys mentioned, guessed before, like a fear of robots and things is automatonophobia.
Automatonophobia. I
It
don't have a
should
fear
be
of
like,
that.
Automaphobia.
Decepticonophobia or something.
It should have a cool name. Yeah, a lot of these are kind of stupid names.
Yeah. Fear of slime. A fear of the human foot.
When would you have a problem with
Actually,
slime
there's
unless
quite
you're at the
people that-
Nickelodeon
A
Awards?
fear of books.
How can you be afraid of a book?
They can hurt, when they're thrown.
Because I
Fear
did
of
accidentally hit
beautiful
Rachel in the
women.
face with a book once. It was an accident.
What?
I can't remember what we were doing. We were in the library at school. And I think I turned around and I had a book in my hand and she was just behind me. And I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Cheerophobia, a fear of gaiety. As in, just a
Fear of being happy?
Oh, the poor things.
Yes. I think Rachel should have a fear of me, actually. I assaulted her a couple of times.
Stephophobia.
Didn't you hit her with a racket?
Badminton racket. Yep,
yeah.
she had a massive lump on her head.
That's why I got the racketophobia as well.
Badmintonophobia.
A fear of prostitutes or venereal disease is called cyprophobia.
Okay, well, let's go into our... Well, on that happy note, we'll go into our next set of songs.
Yeah, if anybody has an unusual fear that they want us to name for them, we're
Yeah.
available.
Or if you have a fear, let us know on your Facebook. If you have a fear that's weird,
Yep.
Yeah.
if you're, afraid of dust
If you're
bunnies,
if you're
50 cent
afraid of
coins.
social,
because they're jagged.
Yeah. They're really big and jagged.
if you're afraid of social media or afraid of Facebooking, let us know. Facebookophobia is a more recent disease.
Facebookophobia. Wow.
Or
That's
how
probably
about
a good one to have.
Facebookophobia?
Faceboophobia?
Facebookophobia.
Tweetophobia?
Twitterphobia.
Twitterphobia?
That means-
You're,
Okay, well anyway.
you're a
Networkophobia.
Twitterphobia.
This is Tongue Tied on 2BACR 100.9 FM.